I'm Sheila, and you're watching Puzzles by Sheila. Hello, my puzzle friends. Today I assembled a 500-piece puzzle from Aquarius. It is Avatar: The Last Airbender. This puzzle was fun for me to do up to a certain point. I enjoyed putting together all of the characters, but when it came to putting together the sky, the mountains, and the water, I struggled. The colors were so close that sometimes they were hard to tell apart. Those pieces being the solid white pieces, the solid blue pieces, and the solid purples. Another part of the struggle was the odd shapes of the puzzle pieces. I just don't seem to do well with those types of pieces. I know that some puzzlers love the challenge of figuring out how the pieces go together, but I just seem to get frustrated and get a headache out of it. I guess I am just an old-fashioned, simple puzzle piece kind of puzzler. I like to enjoy putting the pieces together and relaxing, not getting frustrated. Anyhow, it took me quite a few days to figure it out, and now it is all together. I am extremely satisfied at the look of the puzzle. Now as to why I bought the puzzle. My children and my husband's are the ones who had gotten me interested in this series. Sometime back when Nickelodeon was very popular, Avatar was played on the television just like SpongeBob and the other great cartoon hits. It was so good that we decided to buy the series on DVD, and we would watch them whenever we would get bored or wanted to watch a good series over again. Kind of like watching a great movie that you like to watch over and over again just because it's so darn good. As for some background information on Avatar: The Last Airbender, the original run was the first show airing on February 21st, 2005, and ending with a 2-hour television movie on July 19th of 2008 with a total of 61 episodes. It had an airtime of 3 seasons. It was created by Michael Dante DiMartino and Brian Konietzko. Sorry if I butchered that, I more than likely did. It was an amazing world of manipulating the elements, which are fire, water, earth, and air, along with martial arts. In this series, Avatar Aang, who was the long-lost Avatar, is from the air nomad tribe. He can bend air. There are also 3 other nations besides air, and that is the Water Tribe, the Earth Kingdom, and the Fire Nation, making a total of 4. The Avatar is the master of all 4 elements. However, Aang had been lost for over 100 years and had not been trained to master the other elements. Katara of the Water Tribe can bend water. She is the one who discovers Aang. Her and her brother Sokka set out to safeguard Aang as he goes on a quest to learn how to master the elements to defeat the evil Fire Lord as the Fire Nation wants to rule the world. So that is basically the gist of the series there. Obviously, there's a lot more that goes, in on it. And it is a really, really good series. I would recommend it if you've never watched it. There was actually a movie that came out of it too, which I believe James Cameron directed. I think there was another one that was supposed to come out after it, but there wasn't one that came out after it. I'm not really sure why. I did not watch the movie. I can't honestly say why. I think it was just because I took the advice that my kids said it wasn't that great. Of course, when you watch a great cartoon series like that and they goof it up in a movie, and screw it up so bad that even your kids don't like it, why would you want to bother watching it? So I ended up not watching it. So at this point, I'm putting this together in 3 sections. So this was difficult to do. I ended up putting Aang, Katara, Sokka, and Momo together first. Then I did Appa. The rock was next, that, or I would say mountain, that Appa is flying over. And then I did the border, put the borders together, and then, I don't know, those white pieces that I guess are supposed to be the water that he's flying over. And then the solid purple and white and blue for the clouds and the mountains. Just really, really hard. If you look closely, you can see the different shapes of the puzzle pieces. Definitely irregular and not something that you see in regular puzzle pieces. So, yeah, they were tricky to get together. Right at the end there, when those solid pieces were to be put together, I admit I had to get my husband in on it to help me finish it. Because I was just getting frustrated with it. So he helped me out to finish it off. So, and that's about all I have to say about that. From what I can see on my statistics on my YouTube videos there, I don't think people usually watch this far into the video, so I just figured I would talk and see if anybody comments in my comments on anything that I happen to say. So, today, me and my twins and my son, who is back from Baltimore, decided to go to a restaurant that opened at the beginning of May. It was called the Valley Dairy Restaurant, and we were finally able to get in at a decent time. They have been so packed that like it's an abnormal wait time. So I was like, yeah, I'm not waiting that long to get into a local restaurant to eat. So today was the first time we were able to get in and get a seat to eat. It's normal, regular food. Didn't care for the burger. The fries were okay. Their beer cheese sauce was yummy. So good. My one twin daughter, she got chicken tenders. They look pretty good. My son got pancakes. I'm not really sure why he decided to get pancakes. That poor kid, he eats out a lot because, you know, he's in a different state working all week long. So they eat out every night. And then, of course, he had to eat out again tonight when he's home. So, and the other twin, she got this chicken bacon ranch barbecue sauce over. I took a bite of that. She let me have a bite of that. That tasted pretty good. Yeah, so we got in there today and we ate that. It was nice. The food came out pretty quick. I was impressed with that as far as a new restaurant opening up. I thought we would have to wait a while for our food, but we didn't. So that was pretty cool. And they also sell their own brand of ice cream. So we didn't get any because normally I would, but we didn't get any because we went to a local ice cream place and they had a flavor of the day the other day that we went up was tea berry. Now, I don't know if any of my viewers actually know what tea berry flavor is. Back in the day, there was a couple of chewing gum flavors that were popular. One was, I think think it was blackjack, and it tasted kind of like black licorice. There was tea berry. I forget what the other two were. My daughter had mentioned it when we were talking about it, and I can't remember what the other two were. But you could buy them off of eBay for $50, believe it or not. I'm like, yeah, I'm not paying $50 for some nostalgia there. However, our one ice cream shop that's not too far away from us decided to do a flavor of the day of tea berry. And I was really excited to try this because I have not had tea berry gum in a very long time. Unfortunately, I was not impressed with this ice cream. Some things should just be left alone. And yeah, should have just left that with the flavor of the gum. So we had gotten a pint of that, and then we got a quart of the cake batter flavor because their cake batter flavor is good. I have tried that. So that is why I did not get any of Valley Dairy's ice cream, because I had already gotten ice cream a couple of days ago from an ice cream place that is not too far from my house. So we ate that, and my son, who is 22 years old, has recently got a Harley Davidson Fat Boy. Now he's 22 years old, and so he wanted to ride his motorcycle out. Well, we followed him in my daughter's car, and the kid just rides this motorcycle like a crazy person. He scares the crap out of me. I said to my daughter, I am not following him anymore because he scares the crap out of me just watching him ride this motorcycle. No wonder I pray every morning and ask God to keep my kids safe, because he definitely needs the prayers riding that motorcycle. It's a good thing he wears a helmet and all that other kind of stuff, because he's probably going to need it. But it is a very nice motorcycle. It's a really nice color. It's got the LED lights on it. It's a very nice motorcycle. He just needs to learn to ride it better. Moron. So, what else can I mention? I work at a doctor's office, and today was a pretty decent day there. I'm trying to think if there was anything goofy that happened today. We have some pretty interesting moments at the doctor's office. Pretty quiet day, I guess I should say. I did find out that our doctor, who has been there for 30 years, we thought she was retiring at the beginning of January. She told us she's not retiring at the beginning of January. So that was a bit of a surprise. We know she's retiring next year. When is she retiring? I don't know. You would think if you've been there for that long, you would just want to retire. Can't you just go happily off into the sunset? I mean, if you've made your money, you want to enjoy your life at this point? Most people say that when they retire, they only have like 6 months and then they kick the bucket for some reason. So all that time that they've worked and tried to save money, yeah, they don't get to enjoy it. So that's that. I had to kick my one dog out of here while I was doing this voiceover, because I swear to God, this dog has respiratory issues. And it's not like I would think she would need a puffer or a CPAP or anything. And she doesn't have a smushed face. She has a decent sized snout on her. It's not like she has a pug nose. She's half King Charles Spaniel and half Yorkshire Terrier. She's a very, very cute dog, but she just snorts so much. She snorts when she's just regularly laying down. She snorts when she's looking at you, and she snores very loud when she's sleeping. I must have gotten used to it because she doesn't keep me up at night anymore. So I had to boot her out while I'm doing this voiceover because she was just making very loud breath sounds. So I said, Lucina, you gotta take a hike for a bit while I'm doing a voiceover. So thankfully she's not scratching at the door, making noise that way. Let's see, I am halfway through this puzzle. Aang is hanging on for dear life. I'm trying to think if there was any part in any of the series where the three of them had almost fallen off of Appa. I can't recall. It's actually been a long time since I've watched the series. This makes me want to dig out our DVDs, which, you know, nobody watches DVDs anymore. So, makes me want to dig out our DVDs wherever they might happen to be and actually sit down and watch these again. I think I did see something on Wikipedia for Avatar, and they said that they have them on Netflix, PlayStation. Like there was like a lot of places you could look to find this series to watch it. I was amazed. I was like, man, we've come a long way on ways to find stuff to watch. You know, especially like classics like this from when I was a kid. I mean, I remember when we used to hope that they would show a rerun of something on TV. Oh gosh. Now it's, you know, right at your fingertips with a click. I mean, all you gotta do is hit a search bar and you can find it. You know, you can find it on YouTube, you can find it, you can Google stuff. It's just amazing how far we have come in the world of technology. I remember watching Star Wars Attack of the Clones on Nickelodeon, and you had to, you know, wait to watch each episode, and now I can just go on Disney Plus and watch it whenever I want now. So, and matter of fact, any of the Star Wars movies, I remember when I bought the VHS tapes of episode 4, 5, and 6. And I would watch Star Wars on episode 4, 5, and 6 on VHS. And then I think by the time episode 1, 2, and 3 came out, we were into DVDs by then. Because I went to Walmart to buy the DVDs when they came out on DVDs, the first and second and third episode at midnight. Yes, I ran to Walmart to get DVDs of episodes 1, 2, and 3 of Star Wars. And now there's so much stuff on that now, you know, with Obi-Wan and Ahsoka is coming out now. Of course, I think we're on the 3rd season of Mandalorian. What else? The Bad Batch on Attack of the Clones. That's pretty cool. So, it's hard to find watch quality stuff anymore. And I think that's why I picked this puzzle too, because, you know, Avatar was such a great cartoon series. And the 2-hour-long episode to finish it off was a really good movie. It was amazing, the showdown between the Fire Lord and Aang. It's pretty good. It was interesting to watch how Aang trained to master all of the elements. You can see Momo. I think he's the only one that's actually decently seated on Appa. However, he can fly. He has wings. I'm putting together Katara right there. I think the way Aang used to get Appa to fly, he'd say, "Yip yip, yip yip." Pretty sure. But as you can see, the purple parts, before they start fading up into the light purple, these were the ones that were giving me trouble here that I had to get my husband to help me out with. The ones I'm putting together now. So, boy, I'm getting pretty tired. It's 9:25. So, how far? Oh, I got 8 more minutes. And then this will be finished. So, what else can I talk to you about? I don't know if anybody is gardeners that watch my puzzles. Any gardeners out there? I have this huge strawberry patch, and I was digging out some strawberry plants because these things are just spreading like crazy. They're actually going outside of the box that we had built for the strawberries. Plants are like spreading outside the box, so I decided to pull some out to give to my friends, and I noticed some of them are infested with aphids. These aphids are killing me. They have infested my rose bush year after year, and I believe that's now what's on my strawberries in the back, in my backyard. Now, on the one side that I was pulling some of the strawberry plants, there was none. There were no aphids on it. The other side that I was pulling the strawberry plants, there are some plants that are infested with the aphids. So, I don't know. Somebody had told me if you get that, it's called Sevn, like SEVN, I think it's spelled. That helps with like problematic pests. So, I don't know. I guess I'll try that and see if that'll help. I don't know. I don't know if it's safe to put on plants that you eat off of. I mean, I know they're okay for like your rose bushes and stuff, but if I was to throw that pesticide on our strawberry plants, is it okay to eat them? I don't know. Guess I'll have to Google. Once again, Google is your friend. I do a lot of Googling. Those aphids, though, they get on my dang nerves. They just really destroy your plant. I had my rose bushes were so pretty last year, and then next thing you know, here comes the aphids tearing up my leaves, eating up my leaves, and then the leaves were all brown and had holes all through them. I was not happy, especially when my rose bush had started out looking so pretty at the beginning of the spring season. Now my rose bush is starting to bloom, like it has buds on it. The buds are getting bigger, and I keep like eyeballing it every day when I go outside to see if I see any aphids on it. So I was like really surprised to see aphids on some of those strawberry plants that I pulled. Not to mention annoyed. I don't know. So let me see. There's Katara. And then you see a leg over to the right. And that would be Sokka, Katara's brother, hanging on the back of Appa's tail. And I think Appa is is he a bison? Or like a, gosh, is he a like a water buffalo or a bison? I can't actually remember. But of course he's Aang's pet, so he is an air bison or air buffalo, whatever you want to call it. So he actually flies, and his great big tail is kind of like he flaps his big tail, like to take off, and like he flapped it like a wing, I guess. It's the best way I can say it. Well, this puzzle is winding down. Getting finished here. As you can see, you see all of those solid pieces there. Some were blue, some were purple, like a really light purple. So like I was having a really hard time seeing if they were actually light blue, if they were light purple, and some of them were white. So boy, it was rough. And as you can see how some of those puzzle pieces are going together, it was just, they were really hard to, like I was like, okay, is this a regular piece, or is this one of those ones that are like a triangle piece? I didn't exactly know what piece would be going in there. So, like, look at that border piece right there that I just put in. That was a weird border piece. There we go. There's another kind of like triangular piece. I don't know. It's not a normal puzzle piece, normal cut puzzle piece. So, I'd say one of the more difficult ones. There's like no obvious particular pattern either, so to follow. But it's finished there. I'm going to go up and down so you can see the whole thing. I love the look of the puzzle. It's really awesome. As much as it frustrated me, this is a cool puzzle. Very, very neat. And there it is. All finished.